It's coming. Big Woo!
How is the main resident of the Texas Porch feeling about right now?
It's all going to come flowing out again, I tell you. I never thought it would happen.
Who did?
This applies here. My meltdown live from the loss the other night. Probably not the best episode because it'll be pretty emotional, but man, we've done all the other ones. So why bleeping not? Why stop now, right?
Let's put it all on the record, baby.
So it is the Texas Porch, Texas Talk, and all that other stuff, slogans, likes, Twitter, social media. Follow us, Facebook, AI Overlords, all that stuff. I guess we do want people actually watching it, so I came home. You see the usual backdrop is not here. And came home, Dad is over there feet away, taking me to Ranger games almost 40 years or so. Emotional moments, probably still to come. Thinking about a lot, and you and I have been to as many Ranger games together. I mean, maybe you and me more than anybody. I remember. Whoa!
Yeah.
That hit me again. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it, man. That's Mitch, by the way, for those eavesdropping in.
It's World Series, Mitch.
You've been a machine. You're a volleyball and a World Series expert tonight. We could come to you on both fronts.
We did happen to take in about 2/3 of that game at a basketball gym in Royce City, Texas, watching 8th grade volleyball.
Which is the way it should be. That's the way it's really meant to be, right?
I never missed a play of one of the venues that I was watching. I never missed a play. I'm not sure which one. I can't divulge that information. But let me get this straight. You live in the Houston area, no?
Dang near. Yeah, Houston area. That's true.
And home for you is Commerce, Texas, which, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah, hometown.
Yeah, hometown, which if I'm not mistaken, is in Northeast Texas.
Is that what we're saying? Northeast?
Maybe North Texas. Let's go with Northeast Texas, which sounds like a really long drive. So old JP had a nice little investment here, did he not?
About 4.5 hours, I'm not going to lie, but it was worth every mile. Thanks for keeping me company on part of that. I had a good long talk with the besties, podcast Lamar. Not going to talk to Josh this time of year because he's not in the Rangers circle, of course, but no. Talk to Lamar, talk to one of his little ones.
Nice.
I called people, and I'm a mess. It's a happy mess, and I really, truly never thought it would happen. I got spoiled with the Cowboys in the 90s, our 3 years in high school. Got 3 titles. It's kind of easy, right? The Mavericks broke our heart in 2006. The Rangers broke our hearts in 2010. Then the Mavericks awarded us in the summer of 2011. Then the Rangers broke our hearts in 2011. And if anybody says they saw this one coming, they're absolutely lying. They win it 5-0 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. 4-1 in the series. And yeah, sports. I'm going to make my big head bigger so folks can see this. Mitch texts me, What am I doing?
Oh yes.
Better.
No. It's good that way. Yeah. That's outside the old temple, the old ballpark.
It was probably 5 years ago only, or ish.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
I got a few of my my old Rangers photos. I bet I could find that for you. That was in 2018, so 5 years ago.
Listening to the Nadell call. I got video, Mitch, of the last inning, an unsuspecting dad. I took video of us with the final out. Podcast Josh is expected to join us on a night like this. Even you can like Josh on a night like this, but it was maybe not for my sake. Get along. Don't.
Hey, he can like me.
That's true.
Like me.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd. I got points of the game broken down, but none of that really matters right now because they did it. I thought it could be possible. I'm not lying.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I think the Rangers are I shouldn't say this at this moment in time, but they're one of the worst franchises in Major League Baseball history, at least when it comes to championships. And so it was kind of tough to see it coming ever. Even up 3-1, you're thinking, well, let's cross some T's here.
Yeah.
But they not only they pull it, they kind of, all in all, I mean, even though they lost 9-1 in game 2, pure domination. All in all. Yeah? I mean, just pure domination.
I'd say so. Forgot to ask for the roll call too. Want to know where people are listening from or watching from. But I felt good going in. Like we talked earlier in the day, I felt really good. Still, the whole 4.5 hours or so, I kept thinking. In between, I guess I talked to you about halfway through, but before that and after that, getting more and more excited. And then Dad threw down. He got the big bucks, brought in some pizza. I bought a couple of liters of Dr. Pepper because that's how we roll on Tanglewood, and just went hog wild. Here's the second liter. He helped me out with some of it, but I can't believe it. Mitch and I, our senior skip day, or the opening day in 1996, you remember we went to see the Chicago White Sox.
Yep.
Our that pick, I think Amy and Lisa, our significant others, went. We sat in the shade. I mean, we went to a game, not that same year, but we didn't know each other. We were at the game.
Yes.
You remember that?
It's tough. It's tough to see, but yeah, this is me, you, my wife Amy, your wife, Mrs. Texas.
Yes, okay.
Right there in the shade.
With the same stinking shirt, right?
Absolutely. The same one you wore on this podcast for the last week.
Dang it. Sorry, Josh.
There
Doug,
he is.
Did you send Doug that notice? Because here's Josh, everybody. Sorry, I got talking. I don't know if you know this other guy. Can you hear us? Mop in Commerce. We got you, Josh, if you can hear us.
Yeah. It must be those ear pods.
I think he's just upset that you're here. I think he's doing a bit. Okay, no, he got out. He's so upset he saw you.
It's got to be Julio Franco callback. All right.
Pete O'Brien. This is for Steve Buechele. The night I cried in my parents' bathroom when Steve Buechele got traded. Watching so many games on this TV, I guess not the same TV. That'd be some kind of record. It wouldn't be an HD 60-incher that my dad has. But watching it right there, I had to come back to the hometown, Mitch. And it was
so great. So great that you made that trip.
Yeah.
And
no shirts.
I mean, it was, the good old JP moment was brewing of you making that trip, having a great game, and then, the Rangers choking at the end, and you sort of just whimpering out the door tomorrow morning on your way back. That was brewing, and yet it just got wrapped up into a perfect bow tie.
Yeah, because we're used to disappointment. Yeah. This is for Odom McDowell.
McDowell, yes.
This is for Mike Napoli. This is for Scott Fletcher.
Pete
This
Incaviglia.
is Pete bleeping Incaviglia.
Jeff
Houston. We would accept Jeff Houston.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, Doug, we're trying to get Josh, by the way, or Doug, Vicky. We are trying to get Josh. Josh, I think in his contract, he doesn't have a postseason World Series championship clinching clause, but
yeah,
height of sports elation in this one. All our teams share rooting interest. Don't you think this is the best one because of how long we waited, and just it's like your firstborn or your old, I don't know what it's like. It's just you've been wanting it for so long and you finally got it and you never thought it would come.
Yeah. It's the best one just because, I mean, the Cowboys, they're the Cowboys. They were always the Cowboys when we were growing up. They had already had great success. The Mavericks was definitely a great shocker, and that was a wonderful one. But this is the best one because we definitely spent more time at the ballpark than we did at Reunion. We definitely, were baseball kids, and so this takes the cake right here.
Podcast Josh coming on. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. I could hear you for like 3 minutes earlier, and like I was just sitting here in the corner while I wasn't any.
Yeah, sorry. That was my my bad. EJP, the first error of the night for the Rangers, but I don't have my usual. I'm a little flustered, Josh. I don't get rattled too much, but this has been a happy mess. It's been a happy mess.
It's understandable, anything that happens here. So I grant anything here. But like I was there, and then I went to the screen, and I couldn't hear you, and so I went out. So no, it's all good. So I hope y'all are, well, from what I could gather, y'all are basking in it, which y'all should be. Absolutely.
The real question is, are you happy that Mitch is happy? Are you okay with that?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Obvious.
I mean, I was so happy for you and your dad. And then it just struck me. I'm like, dang it, Mitch is happy. And that just ruined it all. I'm like, man, I knew y'all been waiting for a long time. And Mitch has probably been waiting for a long time. And so that just ruined it all. Whenever I found out Mitch was happy, I was like, man.
I'm honored by that.
Yeah. I know that makes Mitch happy that I'm not happy that Mitch is happy.
Exactly. So thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Yeah. I think we're all our purposes are served here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're at least kind of getting along.
Oh, I can tolerate him from time to time in short spurts.
Probably for my sake. Yeah, Mitch, you get MVP for playing on little sleep, but the great ones adjust. And I can't. I'm trying to share a pic coming home. Y'all both have seen this, but trying to make it on bigger screen to at least pretend like we're a professional operation. So before you logged on, Josh, I was telling the story about the drive here, slamming down some pizzas, going hardcore with Dr. Pepper. And then I was texting both of y'all in different spurts, actually not as much probably as I usually would. And then finally, where is it? Okay, we're going to go this way. Y'all are probably seeing Matrix right now. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the picture that made me happy before I realized that Mitch was happy.
Yeah. That is so classic.
That is awesome. Like I almost shed a tear right there. But
is that photo? Is that trending on Twitter yet?
It's only got 17.6 million views so far. So we got to get that going a little bit more. But I know, obviously, the vortex got choked up before you came on, Josh. It's just still pretty unbelievable, and don't plan on going to bed anytime soon. So at any point, Mitch, were you kind of nervous with that 1-run lead?
I mean, yeah, of course. But I was embracing it. Like we were texting back and forth. I think you were nervous with it. I was loving it just because it's kind of what you want. You want a well played, well pitched game. You want to win with real baseball. And so I was loving that. It's going to be the typical. Leclerc goes in to close it off with a 1-run lead, and things get tense, and I was soaking it in. So yeah, nervous, but also like, hey, bring it, because we had let's just be honest, we had a couple games to give here. So I was taking it.
I text Josh. Was that 6th inning-ish, Josh? I guess you were I was pretty live the whole day. I've got a funny story about that. Very big JP moment coming up in a second. But I text Josh, well, I didn't have no hitter on the bingo card because I just assumed, yeah, they're going to get no hit in this one, and they're going to lose in front of the bandwagoners on Friday, and they're going to lose while I'm at the day job on Saturday. I just knew it. But then hope, optimism. Josh bleeping Spores gets the last 5 outs. I didn't have the box. I haven't actually been perusing the box, if you'll forgive me, but who's this guy? Did you see his numbers? He had like a 5.5 ERA during the season. We know who he was, but a 0.9 ERA during the postseason. What?
That's insanity. That's John Smoltz.
You can rely on Josh when it matters. That's the point here.
You know it, right?
Absolutely.
What was I going to do?
Is there anyone for the Rangers who pitched badly? I mean, even Chapman had a couple nice moments. I mean, they kept him away from most of the action, but I mean, really, did anyone just stink it up on the mound for the Rangers?
I mean, Eovaldi kind of did early, but he allowed base runners. There were a lot of traffic, but like Josh texts me, reliving old Astros Red Sox memories. He got out of everything and couldn't get out of jams. I mean, he was money. He was nails. So I don't think he pitched bad, but I was so nervous. I was like, are you serious? Like after he was kind of shaky in his last one, but yeah, he gets the win. He goes 6 innings, doesn't give up a run, most importantly. But when they got those runs, that's when I started kind of, okay, this could actually be real. Josh wasn't letting me count down the outs. Somebody else I was texting. That's also what's really cool is a moment of joy happens like that. And I look down and immediately like you get 15, 20 texts just like that. Yeah, Cuz, I already talked to Cuz here, suffering as a Ranger fan in Illinois.
Yeah. Okay, so as Ranger fans, because as a non-Ranger fan, non-biased person, did y'all know it was over when the ball was hit to center and they misplayed it and it went straight to the wall? Like, was that when you knew it was over? Because I knew it was over then, and I assume y'all did. Like, I started to send JP a congratulations as soon as that one hit, but then if the Rangers blow it, then he blames me for the rest of my life, and I can't live with myself because he's there with his dad, and it'd just be totally bad. But so y'all agree with me on this?
Yeah.
That was the backbreaker.
And the Rangers made them pay because after that they hit the home run. Like in retrospect, it didn't matter because probably none of those runs are unearned after it. But whenever you saw the ball go to the wall, you're like, that's y'all's moment. Like Jordan last year when he hit the home run 450 feet to center, like, you're going to win it. I think that's the moment whenever y'all are looking back you're gonna be like, yeah, that's the moment that we knew we had it.
Yeah. Definitely lots of hooting and hollering going on in my household whenever that ball squirted by him.
Yes. Thank you, Mop. Rangers fans didn't know it was over until Eric Nadell told us so.
Yes.
Man, that got me in all the feels too. I had the whole this is probably a good segue. Thanks, Kevin, for that kind of kick in the pants. So y'all know me, nerdy radio guy, got the whole thing matched up. Well, Dad's Genius Cable Company, they don't have the extend time. Like you can tape it, obviously, on DVR, rewind it, all that stuff, but you can only tape like 2 things at once. Where's the camera here, folks? Working on the road here with gear. So there was 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. I have it synced up. And a message flops up on the screen. End of recording or end of show.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I had the radio ahead, and then I was like, Dad, try. I was like 10 years old again. I'm like, Dad, try to get this, because it stopped, and like it's his remote. I know how to use it, but then he's trying to get it synced up. Meanwhile, I skip like 15 seconds ahead, hearing Nadell go, and the Rangers are world champions. I was like, dang it.
Yeah. Well.
Didn't have that moment. It didn't take away from any of the happiness, but it was a perfect, like, well, shoot. I tried as best I could, but should have just gone at that moment straight to the TV, but even went back and listened to Nadell's call a couple of times. And I know y'all wouldn't have probably much of a motivation to go back and listen, but yeah, thank you, Tanglewood Cable. Hearing Nadell, my all-time favorite sportscaster, one of the reasons I do what I do, I think, call that after what he's been through. He missed the first 2/3 of the season, for those that don't know, with mental health issues, and the break coming back, and Matt Hicks / Holtz, Mitch, says to him, he starts breaking down and his voice is choking after everything you've been through. And just think, here it comes again, 16th time in a row, thinking out of all the hot, sweaty games. I don't think we ever went to a game at Arlington Stadium, Mitch, because I don't know if we were still friends then.
Surely.
Maybe, maybe not. Burning against the bleachers, going to so many games. Like, this type of stuff isn't supposed to happen to this franchise, and it did tonight. And it's pure, unadulterated joy. That's the woo.
And Nadell had a good call. It was a good call.
Yeah, he nailed it.
I did hear that one. Amazingly enough, or maybe not amazingly enough, a retweet from Robert Ford, the Astros play-by-play guy. He mentioned, he said Eric Nadell is the best, and he's been around for all this, and this is a great call. Yeah. And that's when I heard it, and he did. I mean, I've listened to enough Eric Nadell with JP on road trips and everything that I knew he would. And I know how JP feels about him, and so yeah, that he pointed out how good it was, and it was perfect.
What are the chances we have that? We can get that. What are the chances your producer can get that audio?
Oh, I mean, no. I can't.
So we're watching the TV feed because we're at home, and the rest of the family is maybe not so keen on pausing the TV feed so we can pick it up with the radio feed.
No, really, that surprises me.
Yeah. And so we're watching the TV feed, but I've got the phone up to my ear listening to the radio feed, because it's probably minute behind, couple minutes behind through the app. And so of course, whenever we get the TV call, we pipe that down and boost up Eric Nadel and hear the real call. And it was a nice one, very nice. Great to hear him have that call.
Man, thank y'all for sharing this night. I'm not wrapping it up or anything. It's just you got Mitch Garver with the trophy over there. He had the, I guess, game-winning RBI there. As I'm just jumping all across here. And then Heim in the ninth, Simeon the 2-run homer. And to answer your earlier question, as if anybody cares, Chapman was the shakiest. He walked a guy, struck out a guy, but he went 2/3. But yeah, it was a 7-out save, the second save in Josh Bohr's career.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool for him.
He got that.
Love that.
I just can't. And Corey Seager, he gets MVP. He's the 4th ever to win 2 World Series MVPs.
And on Spurs, like, just a Bochy masterpiece. Like, there's so many managers that would just say, okay, well, we've got to go to the last 3 outs. We need to bring in Leclerc and everything. I thought that was genius by Bochy to just leave him in, because despite the score, you know, what happens if Leclerc comes in and he doesn't have it? Like, just leave him in. And if somebody gets on base, then you bring in Leclerc. Maybe I'm overanalyzing things, but at the same time, I thought that Bochy was brilliant the whole postseason, and he showed why he's won multiple World Series before he got to Texas.
Yeah, Eric and Matt were saying that could have been. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm not a pitching coach, or I don't know the mechanics as well as they do. But, I mean, they're very honest with each other. And Leclerc, pretty honest, saying, hey, he went 2 days in a row. He had not gone 3 days in a row the whole postseason, obviously the way the series stack up. So he didn't need to. So the audience demands it. He didn't want to do it. World champ.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Finally made it. Finally made it.
It is Texas Rangers champions Big John right there.
Oh,
Mitch, you remember Josh, right?
yeah.
He's an Astros fan. So
I know.
Oh, don't spoil it, man. Jeez.
Come on, guys. Can't win them all.
No, I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for me too.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
Classic.
reluctant. So I didn't. Oh gosh, stumbled down. That would be really funny. So I also got. I am not showing this without editing it. I did one of those things. I'm getting my mojo, guys. I did one of those things like you see fans like they get. I got my iPad out and shot us in the final 9th inning. So it got the tape. It taped the wheels off scenario where I looped ahead and the recording stopped for a second. We had to shift ahead on the DVR I was describing. So I get up and my belly, my shirt, my belly's showing. I bend over to hug Dad. My butt crack's hanging out. I'm like, man, I can't share this one. The wife would kill me, even describing it, but try to wipe this freaking grin off my face for a long time. I double dog dare you.
This is Rangers champion middle-aged JP at work right here.
Just wait. I've got one more surprise coming up here in a little bit. But
wait. So you got all that on video, you said?
Yeah, I'll show y'all. I won't post it anywhere. I'll show y'all. I got the nervous picking of the teeth. I got the Simeon dinger. I got the whole run scoring top of the 9th inning too, or at least the first couple outs when they scored those runs. So the Rangers are World Series champions.
So
big baby.
So I've lived through the first World Series title. So how this works in 3 years, this all gets taken away, right? Like
I think so. Yeah.
The scandal comes up, and everybody realizes y'all are cheating and all this is illegitimate. So all y'all's current feelings are invalid. This is
Yeah,
how it works, right?
Yeah, because all they just bought the title this time anyway. I'm sure that's out there.
I'm all for you. I just had to bring up a smart ass comment.
No, I think that's the standard. Yeah, that's the course it'll take.
Okay, yeah, I just figured that's the way first titles go. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just making sure. And then y'all win another title 5 years ago, and 5 years from now, that's all okay. I'm totally being sarcastic for any Ranger fans out there watching.
Yeah.
They're like bitter Astro fan. I am a bitter Astro fan, but God bless you, y'all deserve it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you're a good human being in general, but even better for actually doing that. I'll be in, what'd you say, Mom? If it's good enough for the Yankees, good enough for baseball. Yes, indeed. I'll be going through the Metro mess tomorrow, and there's a run on gear, I guess. So I should find a triple extra large tall shirt or maybe an 8.5 hat I could get. Wonder if they have those.
Well, I owe you because for those that don't know, when the Astros won their what y'all call illegitimate title in 2017, JP hand delivered an Astros World Series shirt to me at my house. Like, lived 20 minutes away. I mean, I know that's not the furthest part away, but he actually brought a shirt to me for that. And I said, whenever he was in a nursing home somewhere, that whenever the Rangers won a title, that I bring him something. So obviously, I'm not driving to Commerce tonight, but it's on the way. Mitch, you're not getting anything, but JP, he gets one.
I could drive back through East Texas tomorrow and drop off this bed frame, and you can give me something there.
That is true. I don't think they're selling stuff at Academy tonight, though. So,
yeah, probably not in your neck of the woods. I saw.
You're getting one. You're getting something at some undetermined time.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Man, I know you have to go to bed here soon, Mitch.
I'm good, man.
I'm good.
I think I'm going to go out and I don't know, roll over some cars and set some things on fire here.
Yeah, this was Philadelphia. Isn't that what we do?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
I mean, are there any horses around?
I mean,
we got to tip some horses. That's the equivalent here in Texas.
I've heard of cow tipping. I've never heard of. Oh, you talking about like the captain, the mascot?
No, I'm talking about when the Philadelphia person ate actual horse crap off the ground.
Okay.
After
You're
the
next
Phillies,
level.
after the Eagles won a title.
Only appropriate, huh?
Yes.
Man, Mitcher, I don't know what it couldn't have been better. The last few weeks couldn't have been better from the sense this wasn't expected. It's got some Mavericks kind of parallels with the long-suffering franchise with a cowboy hat in the Dallas area. And the Mavericks were a 3 seed in 2011. But I still say this, it's in the moment, so it feels better. That's what you're supposed to say, prisoner of the moment. But they were the longest second, right, Josh? You're our record keeper. The Indians/Guardians, they were 1 year longer, or the Rangers were the long. Yeah, the Indians had a title the late 47, right?
Yeah, 40, 47, 49. I don't. My grandma was a big Indians fan, and I've got an Indians blanket right here with me. But no, yeah, they were. But the Rangers were. I don't know. This is bad.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time because the 5 or 4 other teams that hadn't won a title came around after the Rangers were around. So, yeah, and that, in short, yeah, that it's been a while.
This dumb franchise, man. when 2000, Josh, because you rightfully could punt me in the sports balls over and over again, and you didn't do it mercilessly, but, or I guess just people in general. I won't single just you out, but after 2011, getting your heart just trampled on like that, and I was so skittish coming into this game. I just never considered that we deserve this kind of happiness, and we do deserve
That's right. I mean, Rangers until just now, until tonight, the Rangers are gonna range, and now, the monkey is off the back.
See,
Yeah.
I can't remember like sports pain like a 2011 Rangers would have been. Like the Astros moniker was the 2005 when Pujols hit the home run against them, and the Astros won the next series to go to the World Series, and they weren't like right there on the World Series step. Like, but that's what the pain was for the Astros. And that one didn't matter because that didn't keep them from anything. But I don't know because I'm a Cowboy, Astros, and Rockets. Like, I've never been that close to a title for my team and it not happened. So for the Rangers to do that, I can't speak from experience on what that means. I'm not trying to be condescending, like not at all. I'm just saying that's tough to be that short. I mean, that close to it. Like the Astros lost the World Series in 2019 after they'd been there, but that
my
was
Nats. My Nats got you.
But that wasn't like one out short.
It was Game 7, but
It was Game 7, and that one hurts. But they'd also won one before that,
Yeah.
so it wasn't quite. I'm just saying, if you live through that, then you should be able to live through a title.
Yeah, there were few chokes that ranked as high as that disastrous choke
Mm-hmm.
in Game 6.
yeah. Still processing all of it, of course, but we've got it, Mitch. Like, this is it. This is all.
Yeah, the
Okay.
rest of life is gravy.
Yeah. Of course, come next July, next September, what are they doing? Fire everybody. What's Chris Young? Oh, that was John Daniels' team anyway. Gotta get some pitching in here. See why? Like they used to say, get some pitching, JD.
You know
Does
what?
this
You're right. That's gonna happen because
people suck. That's why. They can't.
there is no perspective. There is no, there's just reaction. So that's gonna happen, and so what? That's okay. That's the way baseball go.
Man, that's a good one, Mop. Dave Barnett, who I pinch myself every time. I got to know him a little bit. I don't know if we're still friends, but longtime broadcaster. Steve Busby, do you know how many games I sat through in this living room on KTVT or KXTA channel? What am I doing? Why am I getting like this? How many games sitting here? And like when we were kids, Mitch, I mean, you, of course, you had the success of your Braves teams, but
That's where I grew up.
I never thought, like, well, they can't. I mean, that's just not the Rangers. Rangers don't win the World Series. That's not what they do. And then I forget, should have kept the ticket stubs. But they get to the playoffs in 1996. Did we go to any of those games?
I don't know. JP memory would have to handle that one.
I know Dad did. Alex, Mitch, I mean, it was a big Suburban, and they get in the weather delay. Let's see, John Burkett had the first game, 96. Anyway, goes back forever, mid-'80s when I started watching. But just my point being, as they started raising the ranks, going up the ranks in the playoffs, okay. And then they hit the lull again in the mid-2000s. And then 10 and 11 didn't really come out of nowhere, but yeah, Juan Gonzalez. how did I not mention Juan Gonzalez already? MVP. But yeah, they get into the World Series. You're like, this isn't supposed to happen. And then ironically, what was it? 12 years to the day, Bruce Bochy won his first World Series on this date in Arlington.
Yeah.
Then they go back the next year in heartbreak, and then have a pretty good team the next few years after that. And this ride, it's especially grateful for many reasons. I wish I can find it here somewhere. I'm going to find it when y'all are talking here in a little bit, because it's too good not to show. I'll start blubbering like a little baby, but one of the many reasons this is great, I'm grateful for this, is because I went all in this year. I was like, okay, new general manager, new manager, year 2, they got DeGrom, eventually got Scherzer. I didn't say Verlander, Josh, like I usually do. And then they are the best run differential team in baseball for a lot of it, outside of Tampa Bay for a big stretch there before they faded off. But you're like, they'll be okay. And then for them to crap away the division the way they did, I don't think we came to blows on one of those, Josh, but we got Iowa sports upset the division away. The Astros didn't really win it. I tried to backtrack on that, if you can do such a things. But then to immediately, about face, pitching was great. Hitting was great. They're like this perfect baseball team. They stormed through. Guys, they did not lose a road game in the playoffs. The record was 8, right? 1996 Yankees, and they win 11. All of the road games they won in the playoffs. How does that?
Huh? I'm going to make a bold prediction here, that if any other team in the future wins 11 straight road games in the playoffs, that they will do pretty well. Is that fair?
It's probably a safe bet that they'll be in contention. They might win a couple rounds.
I mean, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. And to do it, that's why I was like wanting them, instead of getting to game 6 and 7, drama. That's why it was a better story for them to take it tonight, because they will have capped off their amazing road success in the playoffs. They will have just, left it not the chance. It's on the road, so it's good for what JP wants, which is for Rangers fans not to be able to celebrate at home.
Yes,
it just checked all the boxes, and it was supposed to be tonight. It was great.
Again, y'all the besties. Y'all read my mind better than anybody. How did you know I was going? You said that, and I knew where you're going. Like, preach, brother, preach, because that.
Yeah.
I heard on Dallas. I listened a lot to The Ticket, of course, a lot to 105.3. I've been listening to them a lot in this stretch too. I think it was a caller or one of the hosts. I don't know. Somebody said in some fashion, yeah, somebody at work today said that they want them to lose tonight so they can win it at home. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And I don't know. It's a different perspective. Everybody can have their own sports opinions, and I'm not as rigid as I used to be, but I don't. The fact you hit it out of the park. Who's the broadcaster here? Mitch is, because no Dallas team or no Metroplex team has won it at home.
What?
The Mavericks won at Miami. The Cowboys, obviously, what is it? I mean, 5 Super Bowls? I couldn't rattle them off now.
Okay.
But in our lifetime, out of the state, out of the Metroplex. And then now the Rangers over there in Phoenix. Great point. man, does this exercise the demons? Exercise, or are we exercising? What are we doing to demons here?
I think we're exercising with them.
Like, okay. But Jose Bautista, you have no power over us anymore. David Freeze, thou shalt not have that power over me. They did it, Mitch. They did it. They've got it. It's done.
Yeah, they can't take it away. They can't take it away. Short of a bigger scandal than the Astros cheating scandal, they cannot take it away.
Officially, that wasn't taken away.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's got to be greater than that scandal to be taken away.
That is true. But the point I'll make for the Astros, like how you feel the first time your team wins one, that can't be taken away, even if you did what the Astros did and you realize it later. And that's taken away from y'all. It's fun, but same time, maybe I'm out of emotions because today was 6 years ago from the day the Astros won their first title, and a Facebook clip came up on my memories of me celebrating with my daughter, and I'm just like, that can't ever, no matter what happens, you can't take that one away. So I'm ruining y'all's fun.
No, man.
That's good stuff right there. You force-fielded this with your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, she was 7 at the time, so it wasn't. I mean,
that's beautiful.
Corey Seager, man, he is an absolute beast.
Yeah,
Corey Seager was in that World Series too.
Yeah, where y'all first met, right? Or that was the NLCS when y'all first met, right?
Corey Seager. When did we meet?
That NLCS in 2020, in person at least.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was there. Now, Corey Seager, I've seen all kinds of stats. Maybe I brought that up whenever I went on, but first one to win World Series MVP in 2 different leagues. I mean, that's.
I mean, of course, this is not a hot sports opinion, but who's not a fan of somehow low-key Corey Seager? Like he's like Will Clark in that he's a generic looking middle-aged white guy with I swear there's a pot belly in there somewhere, and he has a beautiful swing like Will Clark. And I mean, this guy, what is he doing? What is he? World Series MVP. Let's move teams. Oh yeah, let's just give them World Series also, and let's be MVP of both teams. Like, what the heck?
And I swear, like, I know Mitch and I have our differences, but he's like, I think he showed a lot of emotion on a couple home runs in the World Series, but for the most part, he just hits his home run. He does it, and he just flat out jogs around the bases. Like,
that's why he's so great. Is because he's so low key.
Yeah, I'm not saying that what Garcia does, I have no problem with it, but at the same time, there's something about when you just do it and you're like, God, that's what I do. Like, and that's what he seems like he does. And it's not just this year. He did that with the Dodgers, and I mean, I agree with you. Like, they're something so cool about him.
You talk about like been there, done that. He is his mannerisms are the essence of that. He feels like, well, this is what I get paid to do. I'm doing it.
Yeah, Seager's a stud. 2nd year, long-term deal. Just perusing Rangers Twitter. Yeah, Nadell, voice of the Ranger, one of the voices of the Rangers since 1979, full-time since 1995, 96. Hall of Famer. Chuck bleeping Morgan, man. There's zero chance. It's a tepid participation. Big Rangers Twitter guy. Every single batter that he's announced. I guess he had that one season where Jimmy the St. Christopher did PA. But those voices that bring you Rangers games, and you hear them and you automatically think of Ranger games, and now they're champions.
That would have certainly been a one nice thing about the Rangers bringing it home would be Chuck Morgan having those last few PA calls, last few PA voices. So
No.
Chuck Morgan, what man?
Yeah.
Congrats to those guys.
It happened. It really did happen. Any final comments before my last display? Let's get this going viral.
Not here, man. I think we got everything we needed right there.
You're the working man, so if you got to get,
I'm happy for you.
thank you.
I got one of these, so
Yeah. Do we get rings now, Mitch, since we're like official podcasters? Yeah. You're going to get me crying again, Mop. Late night West Coast games, middle of the season. Here's how much a rebel I was when I was a kid. Y'all have heard me say this. I'm going to say it. Did y'all know I knew Anthony Rendon, by the way? Did y'all know that? He almost.
I had heard that.
somebody told me the other day that he mentioned you. But
Yeah,
I don't,
Okay. Anyway.
I think I
That's
saw a viral post the other day
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
Mhm.
So stare into my podcast eyes while I tell you this story. Good kid, pretty much, didn't do anything crazy. But my rebellion, it'd be April, mid-May, Rangers playing at the A's. I could go get the radio. Anyway, that radio is down the hall. That room is down the hall where I would crank up the radio and listen to late night West Coast games before I really knew. And then just to develop that love, that relationship with the team, announcers, players, obviously. Lows, lows, lows. Every now and then, some good high moments. So when I think about all that, I think I can't. It hasn't. It's sunk in, but it hasn't sunk in yet.
soak it in, baby. Soak it in.
All right.
Seize the day.
We have a random plant here, so I'm going to have to navigate. Do y'all have any idea what I'm about to do?
Hopefully, you're not going to go to the restroom or something like that.
No. No. All right, front door, Mitch. Josh, you've been here. Does this porch light work, Dad?
Yeah.
Automatic? It's motion activated, but I've locked myself in Dad's house. Okay, down. All right. It's kind of cool. We're doing a Dr. Pepper bath, guys.
Oh, nice. Okay. This is great.
Are you pouring this on yourself?
I'm pouring one out.
Wait. How do we? There we go.
I'm pouring one out, baby. The tears are going to, oh gosh. See, this is a work computer too, so I might need Dad. Hey, Dad, will you come hold this?
Talking about the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. Tanglewood Drive, baby. Dad's coming. He's going to hold this work laptop. Don't tell anybody, but I'm using my work computer.
Oh.
All right, so it's about midnight. It's dang near midnight right now. All right, come out on the ledge here. You can hold it closer so you don't drop it. So y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Bring it. Oh, man.
Dang it didn't fizz up.
That's okay. Pour some flat Dr. Pepper on your head.
Here we go.
Hey!
No.
Jam, baby.
Stay away from me.
Big John, that is the son you raised right there.
Fell.
It hasn't been drinking either. Just Dr. Pepper is all we got.
No alcohol, baby. Straight edge Dr. Pepper.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh man, can I come back in, Dad, or do I need to? You want to see shirtless JP?
Let's get a live feed of your dad hosing you off before you enter the house.
Woo! Now I kind of know what they feel like in those champagne celebrations.
You have no idea.
You need
right.
some goggles.
The sting is worth it. The sting is worth it. There's my dad.
Oh man, we need
Man.
we need camera bulbs going off.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Next time, use Mr. Pibb. Is Mr. Pibb? We got Jeff, Josh.
He really is smacking his head right now. He's like, "What am I watching?"
Do you think I can get the cops called? You want me to do a Let's Go Ranger?
That is classic right there.
You want me to do a Let's Go Rangers
That's
really
the
loud?
first Dr. Pepper / champagne splash I've ever seen.
So it's like 45 degrees out here too. I'm getting a little cold. All right. Yeah, that won't help. Chow won't help with the sugar. Should have gone with diet. Yeah. Hey, Mitch is watching. Oh, that's you.
Hey.
What a way to end it, boys. Right?
Okay, we'll see you at the same time next year with a different Texas team.
I'm losing you. Lost that connection. What was that? Oh my gosh, it's so sticky out here.
You're the one that poured Dr. Pepper on your head, so don't complain.
All right, boys.
Enjoyed it.
Where are we at here? Woo!
I think
Yeah.
I think we've got a new Dr. Pepper endorsement.
Texas beverage on the big Texan. Yeah, Dynasty does begin today. Oh, Jeff had never seen you, Mitch.
At
Yeah, I
least
can see why y'all have such tension.
Dang, Jeff with some fighting words.
Jeff's on my side. I knew. Got to have some Astros unity here.
Woo! All right, boys. Love you guys. Thanks.
Congratulations. I'm truly happy for you, and screw the Rangers.
That works.
Let's go, Rangers! All right. See you guys.
Good night.
Go Rangers.
Adios.
Repeat.
Oh yeah, I got to do my outro, don't I?
Absolutely.
How do I start it?
This is the Texas Porch.
Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great rest of this day or night. God bless you. God bless Texas. We'll talk to you next time out on the Texas Porch. World champs, baby!
Big baby sports.
F you guys.